All right, in this video, I am going to show you how to use the MLS Market Keyword Research and how to use the MLS to be able to extract listings and how to find these listings that are highly motivated sellers by locating special keywords that you can use to go ahead and set up auto notifies, use it in different marketing campaigns such as text blast, email blast, and even fax blast. But the goal is you need to first find these keywords. And to do that, you got to do some research. So why is this important? Well, we want to locate and find MLS deals faster than any other real estate agent and realtors. As they always say, good deals don't last. So you gotta move quicker. And if we have these highly targeted keywords to locate these motivated listings by these sellers who are motivated because the real estate agents use these keywords, it's going to give us a competitive advantage. So having highly targeted keywords will allow us to model or pattern other marketing campaigns and around these keywords, such as I just explained earlier, that we can go ahead and do different types of marketing campaigns and know what type of keywords are highly motivated, and we can use them in conjunction with such as email blast, text blast, and fax blast, as I just explained. And we can literally have our phone lines light up with phone calls from motivated sellers and buyers. And I'll explain that in a little bit. So how to find keywords for motivated seller. Well, the first thing you got to do is you got to go into the MLS and pick a location, aka what I like to call your sweet spot. Now, this sweet spot is going to vary on multitudes of things, and this video is not made to go ahead and explain what your sweet spot is. Because why? Because some areas may have very cheap houses, that I like to call, but it may be in the tougher neighborhoods. And if it's in the tougher neighborhoods, there may not be any other investors that are buying in there. So the goal is we want to go after properties in areas where other investors are buying. That's the key, right? Because if other investors are not buying in that area, that means that we cannot make a profit, or better yet, our probability to succeed and be able to make income is going to drastically decrease if there are other investors are not even buying in there, right? So make sure to check both remarks and private remarks when we're looking for these keywords. And you got to be diligent about it, and you got to pay attention to the details. As they say, the details turns you from good to great, and you got to look for the patterns to find these great keywords. So let me go ahead and show you an exact example. All right, so I am logged into my MLS. Now, your MLS is going to look probably different than how mine looks, but the functionality should be pretty much close or pretty much the same. So what I'm going to do is go to single family, because that's all we care about, the single family homes. And what we're looking for is the SFR single family. And what I'd like to typically do is look for things that are sold probably, and look back last 3 months. And I know the area, but what I can do is put in a city. In this case, I'm just going to put in a city like Los Angeles, right? Los Angeles is a pretty big city, but I'm going to put in Los Angeles, and let's see how many we get. Okay, we got a lot. So let's put in something else. Put in something like, let's see here, Altadena. All right, we just did a flip there, so I'm going to put that in there. And you can see here we had 118 listings found in the last 3 months in that particular area. So let's hit go. And when we do the keyword research, the goal is to do this, is that you want to change the sold price from high to low. I'm sorry, from low to high. We want to look at the low end first, right? Low end first. Why? Is because when you buy low, you can then go ahead and fix it up, and then you can flip it, right? Buy low, sell high, right? It's a flipping model. So as you can see here, the channel on this goes from 260,000 all the way to properties that are over 1.5 million. So this particular area has fluctuation and value from low to high, which is a great thing. But our goal is to find the keywords, right? So what are we going to do? We're going to go ahead and look at all of these deals in a special report on what I like to call agent detail. And I'm going to click on report, right? Now, as I stated earlier, that your MLS may have a different button to go, or they may even call it completely different. But the actual report that you want to look at is the one that allows you to look at pictures and allows you to go ahead and see right here. This is the goal: remarks and private remarks, right? You want to look at this. Why? Because this is where the area that real estate agents put in information to describe the actual listing in itself. And they describe the listing so that way they can go ahead and be the eyes and ears for the actual interested buyer that wants to buy the house. So they want to put descriptive words in there typically. And in the private remarks, that's where the real estate agent will put a little bit more of the personal information. Things like in this case is no showing at this time. It says, please don't stop by unannounced. Accepting backup offer, and it even gives the email address and where you need to send it. And they'll say that, hey, you need to pay a negotiator fee of $1,000. Why? Because this is probably a short sale. And I was correct. Sale type is a short pay. Okay, so what we're doing is you're going to go ahead and read these keywords. And what you're going to do is try to find patterns in this. So this one says, Quiet 3 homes, Rolling Hills, properties located right below, boom, boom, boom. It's a no showing at this time, please don't announce. All right, any reduction in price? Really doesn't have a keyword in here, right? So let's go to the next one, right? Property is a gem in the rough and needs TLC. So TLC is typically a keyword that you want to have on your list. So put that on there, TLC, okay? Make sure you put that on there. All right, and sometimes, depending in the area, you might actually have to use subject to interior inspection. That might be a keyword in itself, but you gotta see how many times those keywords come up. So this one, nope. Let's see here. Let's take a look here. Please do not disturb. We need 24-hour notice. Short sale approved. Please make sure to include proof of funds. Earnest deposit. All cash buyers must proof of funds qualify with boom. So there we go. Let's take a look at this one. Subject to lender approval. And you're gonna look for keywords. Bring your first-time home buyers or investor. This home needs a little TLC. Again, I just said earlier, TLC. It pops up again, right? So that's a keyword. Let's take a look here. Go direct, vacant, right? Vacant is typically a motivation, right? Typically, not always, but typically, right? So because when people leave, then that's a motivated person. So let's take a look here. But it says fresh start, so no, not this one. Standard sale, verify all permits. There we go. Verify all permits is typically a keyword, right? Fixer is another keyword, right? There you go. So you're finding these keywords. No termite work, right? So, all right. So what are the keywords? All right. So agents, bring your investors, as this won't last long. Perfect, right? So if it says investor special, that's a keyword that you want to take down. House needs fixing. See, that's another keyword. And keep in mind that you gotta use different keywords because this person explains it as fixing, but some agent might put this house is a fixer, but they're spelled differently. So when you spell differently, then when you put those search criteria on, you're gonna pull up different types of listings, right? So you gotta use both, right? Cash only, cash offers, right? Those are all different things. So you gotta make sure that you find all of these. So let's go through here. Let's go subject to inspection, right? So remarks, newly remodeled. Nope, we don't want this one. Run, don't walk, right? Run, don't walk. Nope. Seller is motivated. Okay, so keyword like motivated, right? And then what you're going to do is go through all of this, like trust sale, right? Here's another one in private remarks, right? So if it's a trust sale, that typically shows some type of motivation, right? Passed away, right? You can use that. How about natural causes, right? You put something like natural causes as a keyword, and you know that someone died in there. So those are keywords that you can absolutely use. Other things like unpermitted, right? Stuff that you can use. So those are keywords that you got to look for. So look for keywords and compile a list. And when you start compiling a list, you're going to have these types of keywords. Like in our case, we located a total of 49 keywords that in our local area we consider to be a addressed keywords. So make sure that you can go ahead and put it in an Excel spreadsheet. And while you're doing the keyword research, also make sure that you look for nice keywords as well. And remember earlier in this video, I told you that we're going to show you how to make a buyer's list. So once you create a nice keyword, what you can do is then take these keywords and put it back into the MLS and for a particular zip code, let's just say. And when you do that, you're going to pull up all the listings that are what? Remodeled. So if all the listings are remodeled, then what can you do? You can then contact the listing agent via what? Email, text, or even a phone call, or even a fax, right? 4 ways of communication, and contact them, and you can ask them, hey, are you the actual principal that's selling this, or are you just the listing agent that's listing the property for the investor? I have a property down the street just like this one that you bought that you may be interested in. And when you say that, what are they going to say? They're going to say, oh yeah, I'm the actual investor. Please send it over. I'm still interested in buying more properties, that kind of stuff. So we have all of that copy. We have all of that mechanism all set up. But this is your to-do list and what you must complete and what you must do to get your keywords and to find it in your local area.